Peptides are powerful and often misunderstood.
And we're here to change that one conversation at a time.
I'm Dr. Kylie Burton.
And I'm Jessica Bricky.
This is Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked. Science made simple, results made real. Today's episode is a bonus episode, which means we're talking about the business side of things. If you are interested in creating a new income stream for your family, for your business, this podcast episode is for you. If you're not interested in creating an income stream, well, skip on by and go to the next one. Today's guest is Brooke. Do I know how to say your last name? Breitbach?
Breitbach.
Breitbach. Dang it. It is German, so you say the I. Is it German?
Yep. Same with
Okay.
mine. Nobody gets mine right either.
No, with your last name, AI keeps getting it wrong, and it spells it Brickie.
Oh,
So I got to go back on the show notes and still update a few of them because I didn't catch it.
it's all good.
All right, let's talk about the business side of things. And Brooke, let us know where you're at in your transition of business because every business goes through a transition. And if you don't think you don't, then you haven't experienced business long enough yet. So, Brooke, where's your transition at, if you don't
Oh
mind
my,
sharing?
oh my gosh. Well, I've had quite a bit of a transition in the last few
How
years.
about let's go back to like the moment you stepped out of chiropractic school and walk us through like your journey through business.
Sure, sure. So I bought a practice in 2014, and I did chiropractic. I also did functional medicine, kind of on the side. I
Did
was
you
just
buy a
getting it.
practice right out of school?
I
Right out
did.
of the gate?
Hmm.
Good for you.
I mean, it was crazy. It was wild, but it was fun too.
Did you do one of those like seller? Like, how did that work? I'm just curious.
It's kind of like when you buy a house, there's certain websites that you just go to. And
Okay.
I was looking at a location in North Carolina. I'm from Iowa originally, and I was looking to get out of the winter. And so we found a space down here that was up and coming, growing, and it's still massively growing right now, called Fuquay Arena.
Nice. I didn't know that.
I had no idea that even existed, that you could shop like that for businesses.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was pretty cool. And so the chiropractor was retiring, and I took over his practice.
Perfect
Got a
scenario.
SBA loan to, pay for everything, and I started working. Got pregnant right away, had a baby because like why not throw it all in on at the same time.
I
Um,
graduated school in the same week I had a baby. I get it.
Yep, exactly, exactly. And so, but I was doing that. I added another associate, and then I moved into a new space that I completely built out. I was then doing chiropractic and functional medicine
So
full time.
you bought the practice and then grew it quickly
Yes.
enough that you needed another associate.
Yep, yep, yep. And that's
Wow.
when I was insurance based. And then 2020 hit and I got out of the insurance game. And then I went into functional medicine full time. We were 2020 hit and we were actually in the process of moving back to Minnesota. And then everything broke loose and my sale didn't go through of my practice. And so, anyway, 6 months later, we were back. Thankfully, I still had a practice. I still had a chiropractor and a massage therapist at the time. And just been continuing to stick with just the functional medicine piece of things. And it's really kind of how I got here is, I'm looking for any forward thinking options that I can have to help patients heal and be better. And so I actually had gotten into just oral peptides probably about 3 years ago because I'm like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. They are changing so many lives. Um, Fast forward a few more years. This last year, I actually shut down the chiropractic portion of my business. I just could not find an associate that could, again, that worked. And so I shut that down, and I'm actually renting out all the spaces in my office, kind of more as a wellness center to other businesses. And so it was late one night at like 11 o'clock, and I got one of your emails about pharmaceutical peptides in your practice and blood work. And I was like, what is this? And again, it's like a Sunday night at 10:30 and I read it and I'm
I
like,
sent an
oh
email
my
on Sunday
gosh.
night. That's unusual. It's called
I
the
like
drip
I need
sequence.
this.
That's what it's called.
Right, exactly. And so I read through it. I looked over the website. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to be a part of this. And I mean, I signed up right away. And the reason I did sign up too is as a chiropractor, I can't prescribe. And so I had a lot of functional medicine patients in my program. I do 3-month programs. And, they just weren't quite getting over, some blockage, whether it was weight loss or whatnot. And so I encouraged them to go talk to their doctor. And a few of them did get on Ozempic to start, but then Zepbound. And when their labs came back, because I was still seeing as a functional medicine practitioner, and their labs came back and their thyroid levels are normal and they've got Hashimoto's. We've been working on their medication. We've been working on all of that. Their gut's not hurting. They're not reacting as much to the different foods if they do have like a cheat meal. Their mood is more stable. They are losing fat. So I do body comp analysis in my office as well because I need to make sure you're not losing muscle mass, bone density, and that we're, just losing fat mass.
You're doing it appropriately.
Right, exactly. Because again, we don't want to lose weight too fast and actually have implications happen within the body. But I started seeing this and I'm like, I mean, I to do that with supplements, I mean, it just, I wasn't seeing that kind of
It doesn't move
response.
the needle the same way. And,
Exactly.
same. And I've been in this game, as you've heard me talk before, Brooke, too. I have been in the wellness space for almost 35 years. So I've seen it all. I've seen all the trends come and go. I've seen some pretty incredible supplements that are out there that are doing, especially when we're talking about mold and parasites, right? We've seen some really great things happen, but those protocols are long and they're expensive, and the compliance is not always as good because people get either pill fatigue, which is real, or whatever, or maybe they're just like they're out of money and they can't keep doing whatever. There's a lot of reasons. This is something that is probably the most exciting thing I've ever seen, where the needle's moving quickly. It's more affordable for the patient. Um, so they're staying with it, and then they want to do more because the result that they're getting maybe from the first PEP that they tried has had such profound results that they want to go on and say, okay, what's the next one we're going to add on because this is the best thing I've ever done. I'm sure with all your testing, you're seeing the same results.
Absolutely. And those are all the same reasons, I'm like, listen, I can get you where you want to be quicker. And a lot of times with less money, even though peptides, are expensive, I can do it with less money than the supplements. And
When
and
you
I'm
only
having that
need one
conversation right.
peptide, you only need one peptide to recover for 10 different supplements. Like,
Well,
makes it
exactly.
so much easier for the pocketbook and for the compliance side.
Well, yeah, I've got so many people like I just got pill fatigue, they just kind of fall off. And again, I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it. They're like, well, what supplements can I go off? I'm like, well, honestly, it's going to hit this mechanism. You're not going to need this supplement, this supplement, this supplement. And so we sit down and we look at that because I'm a numbers person. I like spreadsheets, and we break it down and they're like, oh, wow, yeah. And they get the results. And that's the biggest piece because so many times, like I am one of those people, I have done it all. I was eating in deficit. I was eating anti-inflammatory. I am exercising. I am getting my sleep. Like I'm doing everything. I'm also perimenopausal. I went on HRT. I gained weight. Came off the HRT. Some of it came back off, but like I couldn't get that needle to move. And, so that's where I also was like, I want to start doing this because I've literally done everything and nothing is working. I've taken all the supplements. I'm ordering $350 of supplements a month on top of protein and all the other stuff I was doing and just driving myself crazy. And so, when it comes down to that, that's what my patients are giving me feedback. It's quicker, it's easier. I don't have to buy and spend all this money on supplements. And again, they are getting better so much faster. And I mean, I can't even, like, it's just mind blowing how much we can help with just one peptide and how many different mechanisms it can help with,
Mhm.
especially in that perimenopausal, menopausal female. And then again, like you said, then we start looking at, okay, well, what other things can we address because this peptide has worked so well? Is there another peptide that might get, another thing moving for them?
Yeah. From a financial standpoint, as a business going and working with the telemedicine company that we all work with, how is that supplementing the business that you're doing? Are you finding that the financial gain that you have here is different than it is when you're just prescribing supplements? What are you seeing there?
Well, it's still building because obviously I just rolled this in, but it is definitely helping with that piece or part of it. I obviously everybody's costs have gone up, and I need to be able to run my business financially sound. I mean, I'm looking at ways to cut things, but with the peptides, it does help to provide an income source, so I can do more trainings or offer more things in my practice for the patients. I'm actually putting a program together on, a peptide program for people who want to do maybe a weight loss program or, different peptide programs. And so that allows me to kind of grow and build that for the clients or the patients, which again, too, helps me with my personal purchases of the peptides to keep me well and keep me healthy. And again, I'm just looking at additional ways that I can bring in money just because of the peptide that I have access to it now, which, that was the biggest thing is I know what it can do. Is like, how do I get access to it without having a membership fee, without having to, hire a doctor to write the scripts and having, and because I looked into all of that and that's all you could do a few years ago. And there's
Mhm.
still a lot of companies and programs that are doing it that way. And I knew that was something I couldn't commit to.
Yeah, and no inventory, right?
Right.
You don't
Yes.
you get to point the finger, put them in a safe place. You're not housing any inventory, so there's no out of pocket for you to have to worry about getting something off your shelf in a timely fashion before it expires. It's beautiful. On top of that, I was just thinking as you were talking, the burnout that comes as a person in business when you're constantly trying to reinvent the wheel and do all the things that you have to do. And now you have this, you can focus on the education and support and just point them in off and say, here you go, go here. They're going to support you by being your medical oversight. And this is what is going to help you. You get to make income off from that. But now you can focus on the things that you're really passionate about at the same time and not be burned out doing all of that.
Exactly. And I would say I was burnt out in January. I literally was having that talk with God and the universe, like, okay, like, is this where I need to be?
And me text
And
messaging me.
finally, right. And finally, I'm having fun again, with the
That's what we
peptide.
keep saying. It's like
The most
the
fun ever.
last few years have fried us as
Yes.
business owners, as mothers, as women. And it's like, oh, this is so much fun. And I think part of it is because we get to help people be in the clinical, like we're in the clinical genius zone. Somebody else gets to do the fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
And that for me is the biggest rock off of my shoulder
Yes.
to know that they're going to get not just a peptide, but the best peptides on the market. And I don't have to worry about fulfilling it.
Exactly. Well, and that's something too, the safety, the efficacy of the product from LAMD. That was something that I very much looked into when I was looking at who I wanted to partner with. Certain places like they just don't take the care. It's not on ice. It's not, and I'm just like, Ellie shows up, they do a great job, they have a fantastic product. And that's what I love. I need to be able to trust the product to make sure that my patients aren't having reactions, they aren't having things like that happen, and the support that we need for that. So I
Yeah.
can't say enough about LAMD.
So, Brooke, let me give you one other question here. You have an in-person practice because I know a lot of practitioners, especially chiros, people with brick and mortar offices, they're like, why would I take my profit margins out of my hands and put them into somebody else's hands by taking the peptides, by outsourcing the peptides. And my first thought is, well, that's so small-minded. If you're only focusing on the people you can serve in your office, think of how many people you can influence online too. But they can't come to your office for peptides. So when you think bigger and you act bigger than just your local area, the income comes in, but then the impact comes in too. One of those, maybe someone's listening to this and like, I don't want to get on TikTok, or I don't want to get on socials, or whatever it is. I signed up for a half marathon in the fall, and I was joking with your idea. I was joking with my family last night. I'm going to get a t-shirt printed, and that has a QR code on the back of it that says, order your safe peptides here. I'm going to wear that while I run the marathon.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
And I like laugh about it, but I'm like, no, because people are going to get on peptides. They're probably already on them, but they're not on the safe peptides.
Right. And the ones that are actually working, like there's so much stuff out
Yeah.
there that's not even doing anything. And that's where the education and again, with me, I've got all this family and friends back in different states. How can I help them? And it's through this mechanism where, hey, I give them my link and they can just order it directly into their home, which is awesome. And then we can communicate and talk about it from states away, half the world away. So that's great.
Yeah. I know you said I got that idea from you because you're like, I want to put it on a t-shirt and wear it to the gym.
Yep.
Well, here we
Betcha.
go. T-shirts made. So you can expand past your brick and mortar with this option. The other one I want to address really quick here before we call it a day is the future of telemedicine companies and the future of what we're seeing from a big business perspective and a small business perspective. And between the three of us, we have a lot of years of experience. I like to say that I packed 20 years of experience into 5. And so what have you guys seen in the last 30 years and all these transitions we've experienced in the industry, moving into this new transition, this new shift, this new wave, because ultimately you do need a prescription for peptides. And with the route that these telemedicine companies like the one we use that we partner with, knowing what they're about to do, I think it's absolutely crazy when people aren't on board. So if you're listening to this and you're like on the fence, this new transition, this new shift we're headed into, you gotta get off the fence and come join us. So let's speak on that for a minute. What transitions have you guys seen? And then what do you see as we move forward into this new telemedicine space?
I mean,
Well,
telemedicine's here to stay, point blank. I mean,
so are peptides.
yes, exactly. And that's exactly the question I asked myself. I need to get on this now because this is the way, in my opinion, the healthcare world is actually going to be moving into.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some of the big trends that come to mind, like the CBD trend. There's been various things that have come up. That's the most recent one that comes to mind where people are like, oh, this is going to save everybody. This is reducing inflammation. They feel so much better. And then what happened is so many people got involved and things were getting diluted down, right? So you started seeing products that were on the Walmart shelf that supposedly had stuff in it, and it was just garbage. And so I think that it's really important that as we're seeing trends like this, that we get involved with a company like ours that is education forward, transparent in how they're doing it. And as a person that wants to start a business, whether you have a seat at the table of wellness and that's what you do, or you're just interested in building business, this is the place, is the wave of the future for telemedicine because it's easy. People are busy. They don't want to go and sit in a doctor's office for an hour and a half to be seen for 10 minutes. They want the telemedicine conversation. They want the portal that they can communicate back and forth. If it's a bigger thing, then obviously they need to be going and seeing in person. And
Well,
then
I
with the
think about it
peptides,
as two different scenarios. One, you have the acute situations where it's like
yep,
you break your arm, don't walk into a telemedicine company.
exactly.
You break your arm, go to the ER. I would always joke about like, and when I had my chiropractic office, if you break your arm, don't walk in here. I ain't gonna help you.
Right.
But for the long term, chronic scenarios or for people who are purely in it for longevity and living their best life, telemedicine is the future.
And peptides.
Yeah,
Agree.
the source of peptides. So I love that we're all in this game at the beginning, even though sometimes I'm just like, Jess, you could have told me about this like 4 months ago.
I had to
Or like,
experiment on
Brooke,
my
hello,
body
if you knew
first.
about it 3 years ago, where was I? Because I didn't know about these things 3 years ago. I was too busy on the business side. For me,
We
it
got
was like,
in when we were meant to get in.
it's
That's
true.
what I say. And those that are listening, that are getting this message now, it is your time now. There is
And let's
no,
speak on that for a minute, because how many peptides have launched in the last 2 months?
it's insane what we have done. So March was 4. I think April we were quieter, and I think it was 2. And so far in May, I think we've got 3 already. And it's whatever today is, the 21st, 22nd of May, whatever. I don't even know what it is. And I think we've already got 3. So for us to have come out with close to 10 peptides in the last couple months is absolutely crazy. And we are going to have our very first convention in 2 weeks, our first national convention with our telemedicine company. I know we have really
Something's gonna
major
drop.
things that are coming, stuff that I cannot wait to get on here and talk about. But big stuff is coming. So we've had really big stuff. So it doesn't matter. My point is, doesn't matter. If you're just listening now, it's not too late. Don't think, oh, shoot,
If
I
you're
missed the boat.
listening now, like get in now.
Yeah,
Whenever you're listening to this, get in now. Um, Literally, I mean, we could have joined 12 months ago and you might have had 5 peptides at your disposal.
right.
Now we've got at least, what would you say, 25?
25.
25 at our disposal, and they just keep dropping more. And I'm like, what does that one do? I mean, some of us were just learning as we go, and that's totally okay. I have like my favorite 5 that I always talk about, my favorite, top favorite. Jess has her favorite 5 and her top favorite. Brooke's got her favorite 5 and her top favorite. So you don't have to know all of the peptides, but just know that they're more and more and more becoming available. The latest one we just dropped is melatonin 2. Who knew that you could have a tan from a peptide?
And so much more.
And
But
so
we'll
much
talk
more.
about that in another episode.
Yeah. All right, Brooke, if someone's on the fence still after this conversation, what would you say to them?
Just do it. Just do it.
79 bucks.
That's the one thing I regret, is that because the way I started peptide, I regret not starting sooner.
I give
Yeah.
Jess crap still about it. Like, I had to reach out to you and you still didn't reach out to me. Okay. That aside, so just start. $79 plus an $8 fee. You're gonna have such a grand ROI on that. You can't even get it better. Oh shoot, there was one more thing I wanted to say or discuss. I just left my mind. Oh, how the support, the community, the how you're not in this by yourself.
Yes, and I did want to speak about that. And that is one thing that being, with you guys on your team, we're talking about other ways of incorporating into business, podcast, email, drip campaigns. It's not doing this and recreating the wheel on your own. And that has helped me and kept me focused on continuing to build that business because I have someone there walking that with me. I'm not a marketer. I'm a great functional medicine doctor. I am not a marketing person. And so when the whole team shows up and drops, helpful templates or whatever we might need, we always ask for it. Someone has it, and we're always here to help one another out. And I really love that about this is that teamwork, honestly. That's huge.
We get to help so many by doing that. We get to inspire so many by working together, and there's no competition here. Like, we want to see everybody do well in business, and we want to, more importantly, help so many people feel better because there's an awful lot of people in this world walking around feeling like complete garbage. So I think we're building a really beautiful community.
And just another note, just being as a solo practitioner in my practice, like it got pretty lonely.
Oh
And
yeah.
so again, that's just a part of the community, and like just your self-care. Like being a part of something again has just been so revitalizing and exciting to me. And I'm a people person, and I'm an outgoing, like I thrive on that team. And so that was something that's really helped me emotionally, mentally the last few months as well. So it can be a lonely place running your own business, in the grind, that burnout. And so this has been a part.
Yeah. There was one thing I said last year when a lot of us were seeing transitions in business, especially with the onset of AI and the popularity of AI. I said, I want a new network. I want to bust out of this bubble that I've been in and get into new networks. And this is one of them. Like I've met somebody who, lives an hour away. She's got a 7-figure affiliate business. I'm like, heck, if you can, I can.
Right.
This is a completely different 7-figure business than I had before. But it's like, just show me someone who's done it and I'll just go do it myself too. And then when we go to the conference in 2 weeks, being in the new network, I mean, there's a lot of us affiliates who've joined on to our team specifically who I didn't know beforehand. And they just happen to see an email or listen to a podcast episode or find us in some way, shape, or form. So if you're out there looking for a new network, looking for a new place to feel like you belong, this is a great one. And we are here. We have group calls every week. In the summer, we're going to go every other week. We've got a secret Facebook group. Like, we are here to support you. As Brooke mentioned a couple weeks ago, Jess dropped an email campaign. I've dropped an email campaign before. We've got 4x6 cards. We've got flyers. Like, we've got marketing tools to help you, as well as our telemedicine company. They've got a whole hub full of it too. So you're not on your own. We're in this together, and when we're in this together, we can impact more lives faster, including our own. I like to say that too. Like, we get to change our life too, and it's
We
totally
sure
okay.
do.
Yes.
All right, ladies, finish up here. So, Brooke, where can they find you?
They can find me at brookviewwellness.com or on Facebook, Brookview Wellness.
Yes.
I'm going to just say that slower so anybody that's listening, because every time you
I
say
was
it, I
gonna have
think
her
you're
spell
saying,
it. So good call.
yeah, because I think you're saying Brook B as in boy, but it's Brook View as in looking out at something. Brook View Wellness, right?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, no, it's okay.
And
I don't want people to hear it as I'm hearing. I just wanted to clarify for your sake
Brooke
so they
spell
can
it
find
too,
you.
because is it Brooke as in your name or just Brookview?
It's
Spell
just
it.
Brookview, Brookview.
There you go. Okay. Because your name has an E at the end.
It does.
So I'm like,
Yes.
okay, spell it out. All right, Jess, where can they find you?
All right, if you are looking for more education on peptides or business, you can follow me on Instagram. I am Jess B as in boy, Jess B dot talks health. You can also grab me at my website, which is Jess B, B2B. Geez, where am I? I'm B2B with Jess.com.
And if you're looking to get started as an affiliate, you can find either one of us, any three of us who can help you get started. I have the details spelled out at drkylieburton.com/peptides affiliate, where you can get all that information on what it looks like. If you haven't learned or you're still wondering, like, this is the future, come join us. This is Pep Talk, Peptides Unpacked. See you next time.